In the heart of an ancient city, where the scent of spices and history mingled in the air, lived a baker named Omar. His small shop, tucked away in a labyrinth of cobblestone alleys, was famous for one thing: the most fragrant, warm, and comforting bread in the entire city. Omar was a simple man, finding joy in the rhythm of his daily work, the mixing of the dough before dawn, the heat of the oven, and the smiles of his customers. He wasn't wealthy, but his heart was rich with contentment. He believed in the quiet power of a good deed, a principle deeply rooted in his faith. One chill evening, as Omar was preparing to close his shop, a stranger appeared at his doorstep. The man was cloaked in worn, dusty clothes, his face etched with fatigue and hunger. He didn't ask for anything, but his eyes lingered on the last golden loaf of bread cooling on the rack. Omar's heart softened. He remembered the teaching that feeding the hungry is a profound act of worship. Without a second thought, he wrapped the warm loaf in a clean cloth. He didn't want any praise or recognition. This was a small matter between him and his creator. He simply handed the bread to the stranger and said, "May this bring you strength on your journey." The man's eyes filled with a gratitude that words couldn't express. He nodded deeply, took the bread, and disappeared into the darkening streets. Omar felt a quiet peace settle over him, the true reward for his action, and he thought nothing more of it. He went home, his heart light, having shared his provision with someone in need. Months turned into a year, and life continued its steady pace for Omar. His bakery thrived in its humble way, but then a shadow fell over his life. A new city ordinance was announced, decreeing that all old structures in his alleyway were to be demolished to make way for a brand new marketplace. The notice felt like a death sentence for his small, beloved bakery, the only home and livelihood he had ever known. His shop, which had been in his family for generations, was now marked for destruction. Despair began to creep into Omar's heart. He felt powerless against the tide of progress and the weight of bureaucracy. He spent sleepless nights worrying, his prayers filled with pleas for a way out. He visited official after official, but his petitions were dismissed. He was just a simple baker, a small voice lost in the grand plans of the city's powerful elite. The demolition date loomed closer, and Omar began to resign himself to losing everything. He started packing his few belongings, his hands heavy with sadness as he touched the old, flour-dusted surfaces of his shop, each corner holding a precious memory. He felt completely and utterly alone, his future as uncertain as the winding alleys outside his door. The taste of his own bread turned to ash in his mouth. One morning, just as he was about to give up all hope, a finely dressed messenger arrived at his shop, bearing an official-looking scroll. Omar's heart sank, assuming it was the final eviction notice. With trembling hands, he unrolled the parchment, but the words he read were not of demolition, but of preservation. The scroll declared that his bakery was to be designated a historical landmark, exempt from the new construction plans. It was a miracle, a reprieve he couldn't have dared to dream of. Stunned and bewildered, Omar asked the messenger how this could have happened, who had intervened on his behalf. The messenger smiled and replied, "The order comes directly from the governor's most trusted advisor. He has a special appreciation for the heritage of this city." Just then, a distinguished man stepped out of a carriage that had quietly pulled up nearby. He walked towards Omar, a gentle smile on his face. As he drew closer, Omar's eyes widened in disbelief. Though he was now dressed in fine silks, his face was unmistakable. It was the weary stranger he had given a loaf of bread to all those months ago. The man, whose name was Yusuf, was indeed the governor's advisor. He had been traveling in disguise that night, seeking to understand the true state of the city and its people. He had been testing the character of its inhabitants, and Omar's simple, unhesitating act of kindness had left a deep impression on him. "I never forgot your generosity," Yusuf said softly. "You gave to me when you thought I had nothing, expecting nothing in return. You saw a hungry man, not a stranger, to be ignored. Your sincerity was as warm as the bread you gave me." Yusuf explained that when he heard of the demolition plans, he immediately remembered the small bakery and the kind-hearted baker. He saw an opportunity to repay a debt of kindness, but more importantly, to preserve a piece of the city's soul. "Your shop is more than just a building, Omar," Yusuf continued. "It represents the spirit of this city, a spirit of compassion and sincere generosity. It deserves to be protected." Omar was speechless. tears of gratitude streaming down his face. He realized that his small, hidden act of kindness had returned to him in a way he could never have imagined. The story of Omar and Yusuf spread quietly through the city, not as a tale of grand miracles, but as a gentle reminder of a powerful truth. It illustrated a core teaching in Islam that no good deed, no matter how small or hidden, is ever wasted. Allah is all-knowing and all-seeing. When you give with sincerity, for His sake alone, He can create rewards for you from places and people you least expect. Omar's act was a secret between him and his Creator, yet its reward was made public, not for his glory, but as a lesson for all. The best acts of kindness are those done without seeking praise from others, because the ultimate reward comes from the one who sees all things, both the seen and the unseen. Omar continued to bake his bread in his beloved shop, his heart filled with an even deeper sense of gratitude and faith. His story became a living example of ikhlas, or sincerity. He understood that when you do good, you are not just helping another person. You are planting a seed. You may never know when or how that seed will blossom, but you can trust that the one who created it will ensure it grows into something beautiful. His bakery remained a beacon in the old alley, a place where people came not just for the best bread in the city, but for a warm reminder that a little bit of kindness can change a world, often in the most unexpected and wonderful ways. Thank you for joining us for this story. We hope it served as a beautiful reminder of the power of sincere intentions. If you found this story inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that aims to enlighten and uplift. Until next time, may your deeds be sincere and your rewards be abundant.